Hi, Katie.
Hi.
So Nikki walked me through the process of using Aero to get my business online. And I know you have your own experience with GoDaddy AI. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me about the Grand Lady.
Sure. So in 2012, my husband and I got married at an old historic camp right outside of Chicago. And we just fell in love with this idea of creating a space where people could come together and celebrate some of life's most precious moments. And so fast forward 10 years, we found the listing to the Grand Lady online, and we went and visited it and immediately fell in love. And so we spent the next 2 years renovating the mansion and building the hall, building a flower farm, and we hosted our first wedding in 2021.
That's amazing, and it's been really successful. How do you think that AI has helped you take those ideas and bring them into reality?
So being a small business owner is really challenging. You have a million and one things to do always, and so I really relied on AI to help kind of simplify the way I do the business. So one thing I really think about is being intentional about how much time I spend working in the business versus on the business. So working in the business, we're showing people around, we're planting flowers, we're tending to clients and that sort of thing, which is all required and necessary. But the other side of it is working on the business, doing social ads, email campaigns, and all that. And so I've leaned on AI to help with a lot of our marketing efforts. And so one of the ways that I've used it is writing ad copy. And so rather than starting from scratch, I've actually just gone to AI and I've said, hey, I want you to write 10 high-performing ad copy headlines, told them a little bit about my business and my target market, and it has generated it. And what I found is that those ads perform much better than what I could have done on my own. And so it's just super effective and efficient.
So you actually did work for GoDaddy at one time. So you do have a little bit more fluency with some of these things than the average person might. But do you think that someone like me with very little experience would be able to utilize these tools?
Oh, absolutely. GoDaddy has done such a great job at actually building the AI directly into the tools. And so you as a small business owner, you don't have to have extreme fluency. They've kind of taken out some of that for you, and they've just created a really streamlined tool that allows you to actually use the AI, get the value, and gain the efficiencies as well.
Excellent. Well, Katie, continued success, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Laka.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, thank you so much for setting up that demonstration with Nikki. Got to see how Aero works, and then heard from Katie about all of her success, too. This looks like something new.
We're continuously improving, right? We're leveraging all the advancements that are happening in generative AI and continuously feeding it into Aero. Right? What you saw with Nikki was all the things that are there in the left-hand side. It addresses content generation in a whole complete way for the business owner. Starting from an idea, all the way to social, payments, and etc. are all done. It all exists right now. But what the next further evolution of Aero is about, it as a tool evolves into a complete business partner, making Aero into a tool such that it is constantly working on your behalf, on the customer's behalf, in order to improve the customer's business, in order to help them grow and thrive in the near future as well.
So all of this, once it's implemented, your customers that have Aero, if they want to use this, they'll be able to.
Yeah, this all becomes part of Aero, right? Like the go-to-market plan, it helps the customers with a specific set of steps when they want to launch any new product, right? And a chief marketing officer is about where Aero informs the small business owner on the steps that they should be taking in order to promote and grow their business. All of this happens behind the scenes without even the customer asking for it.
Wow, it's super exciting. I really can't wait to see how it all shakes out once it's implemented. But in the meantime, I've got to hook up with Gaurav. I've got a couple more questions for him. So thanks a lot, Laka.
Thank you, Greg.
Hey, Gaurav.
Hey, Greg.
I'll tell you, I've learned so much today. This has been really exciting. Now, artificial intelligence, AI, it's one of those hot topic buzzwords, sort of perks people's ears up and raises some concerns. Are there any concerns that your customers should have about how their data might be being used?
I'm happy to say there's nothing to be concerned about. All customer data will stay secure within our four walls.
So basically, Arrow's just there to act as your assistant and getting you online so you can get back behind the counter, because that's really how a small business survives.
That's correct. Arrow is your assistant that helps you get things done faster.
Great. And Arrow's not going to really do anything that I don't tell it to do.
Arrow will never do anything a customer doesn't tell it to do.
Well, Gaurav, now that we know that AI is our friend, what are some of the uses for generative AI that maybe exist right now but are not really being widely used?
The one that I can think of that comes top of mind is going from the digital world to the physical world. Let me give you an example. Let's say you use generative AI to create an image of something you want to actually create a physical product out of. You take that image, you send it to a 3D printer, and it prints out a physical product for you.
So if somebody is inventing something in their garage, they would actually be able to have that sent out to a 3D printer and prototype it maybe numerous times and get that idea refined and then actually bring it to market.
That's exactly it. The cost of ideation, prototyping just went down to such low levels that small businesses can do something that large businesses have been doing for a long time.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that you would have to turn to a manufacturer or a larger business to have that done. And every time you wanted to do a new prototype, there would be additional costs involved.
Additional cost, additional time, all of those are getting saved for small businesses.
That's amazing. So give me another example of what you're referring to.
Let's take the example of advertising, for instance. In advertising, large corporations have had access to a lot of data for years that they can use to focus ads on very specific customers. Small businesses have never had access to that level of information until now. Generative AI allows small businesses to create curated ads that can be used to target very specific customers to meet their end goals.
So really, this has become an end-to-end process where somebody can create something in their garage, test it, prototype it, bring the final product that they want to manufacture, and then take the whole thing through the marketing and advertising, get it online, and then decide exactly how far they want to scale up for manufacturing.
That's exactly it, from concept to the hands of the customer through generative AI.
Wow. Well, I guess we're only limited by our own creativity.
That's truly it.
Well, I've got to get back to Pittsburgh. This has been amazing. You mind showing me out?
I sure can. Thank you.
So Gaurav, this really has been fascinating, and you have a great team here, but I do have one last question for you. Where do you see small business in tomorrow's world?
Tomorrow's world belongs to tomorrow's generation. And what tomorrow's generation wants is a high level of personalization and speed of service. Generative AI will unlock bespoke products and services to be delivered to customers with the ultimate level of delight.
Excellent. Well, do you see any compromises involved as more and more small businesses incorporate AI?
As more small businesses start to use generative AI, it'll become the new normal and our world will change for the better forever.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to the future, but in the meantime, I've got to get home.
Let me show you out.
Well, that's another episode of Tomorrow's World Today. See you next time.
And remember, tomorrow's world is where inspiration and creation drive innovation in production.